What up, John? Good morning. My morning is up to a bit of a rough start, admittedly. I was up early and planning on starting streaming uh, at like 6:45 rather than 8, but then I um, I I used to live right outside Baltimore. I don't know if you saw this yet, but this is like one of the first things I saw when I woke up. Um, Yeah, dude, I've driven across this bridge like hundreds of times. Like literally lived like 3 minutes away from it. And like this image doesn't even do it justice how big this bridge is. Like it is giant. Like huge. And it just folded like paper. Like I've boated down here. Like I've been jet skiing in here. Like it's that's weird. So that was a weird thing that happened this morning. Um and very sad because people were on the bridge. Yeah, there was casualties and there's still 20 people missing. There were people like driving over the bridge when it collapsed. Um so that was a thing that happened this morning that like kind of just shocked me when I woke up because I used to live just like, you know, I would have heard that from my old house. Um and then I caused a visual regression on Vercel's dashboard from a PR this week that I had to go fix. So I did some work this morning before I got started. All right. I'm trying to remember where we left off yesterday. I think we're at a spot. I'm gonna have to renew my token. Yeah. Let me grab a token. Do I have bun in the shell? No. Nix run packages. Yeah. Do that. And then I'm gonna come over here. Come on, bun. This is Nix, really. Do I have a flake in here? I do. I should add bun to this flake. I live near the place where there was a massive terrorist attack 2 days ago. That was on the news. The world is scary. Damn, man. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. But in lighter news, other than the sad state of affairs in the world, how's your Tuesday going? There we go. So if we do that, we should have that running. Now I can go grab the OAuth URL. I should really just throw this in an environment variable so I can grep it or cat it to my clipboard. Yoink you. Come over here, put you in there. Grab my fresh access token. Grab that. All right. And then I gotta blur my screen quick. And we're gonna go ahead and go into our environment variables. And this will be export Twitch OAuth URL. And that equals that. I don't even know if that will work, but we're gonna try it. And grab the refresh token, paste that in, and kill that. Dir and Bilal. And now I should be able to do echo Twitch OAuth URL. Great, perfect. And let me quit out of this so I don't leak my environment variables. And we can turn the blur off. The blurring tool is a plugin for Twitch by Finite Singularity called I just was looking into this the other day. I don't even remember how I added it. Ryan Winchester helped me add it. Yeah, I can't even find where I added it. If you look up like composite blur, I think is the name by Finite Singularity. That should be it. Priv, I didn't announce today because I got a super late start, so it's going to be a bit of a shorter stream. I got sucked into fixing a bug fix on on the settings page of Vercel that I accidentally caused a link to be the wrong color from a PR a day or two ago, so I had to go fix that. We got a triage bug ticket this morning that a link was the wrong color, so, and I forgot to put it in a suspense boundary. So that's why we're getting started late. I actually was I was telling John earlier that I was up at like 6:45 ready to go streaming like real early this morning, and then I saw what happened to the key bridge, which I'll just show this one more time. So I woke up at 6:45, I saw this, and I immediately went to DevDad's stream because he and I used to be neighbors with DevDad, and we lived like 3 minutes from this, and just like trauma bonded over that. And then I started to get ready to start streaming, and I got pinged with that work ticket. But if we do Gleam run, we should see, hello Twitch chat. Ryan, I saw that last night. I saw it right as like I had laid down on the couch and I threw Twitch on the TV just to fall asleep on the couch to something, and I had saw you added me, so I went and watched it on my phone, and then I fell asleep before I remembered to respond. But I thought that was hilarious. But I think once I start getting into the OTP stuff with Gleam, like I can already feel myself like I feel like I am capable of being relatively productive with with Gleam. And I think once I add like OTP to my tool belt, like part of the reason that I'm moving a lot slower with this particular library is because I'm trying to like document the types for consumers to use and like really nail that down. But like if I was just winging something, like I feel like I could freaking move. That's one of the things I really like about Gleam is that like because it's so simple and there's like almost one way to do something, it's just like, yep, do it. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, if I just didn't take the time to really think out like my client facing types, like I could move really quickly. Like all of this code, every single type is annotated because it's all consumer level API. But I digress. We can delete this file, and we're going to do this. And let's go handle where all our build issues come from now. Gleam build. Okay, we literally can just delete that. That's amazing. Morning, Brito. I wonder if I can do this. Is that like a valid thing I can do? Huh, it is. Nice. All right, let's get rid of all our issues here because we have a lot because we did a huge refactor to our response type yesterday. So we're gonna go through and clean up these. Let's start with auth, I guess. Actually, we should start with client because that's probably the spot that... Okay, we already cleaned this up. Excellent. Yeah, we shouldn't need those anymore. How's the music levels, chat? Get token. Sounds nice? Okay. Good deal. Yeah, that was Loveless. I think we are just listening to Loveless right now across the board. Yeah. Okay, so now we can, let's go see how we did this in chat, because I think we already did that over here. Right, this is not V2 anymore. Or do we should, yeah, we should have errors in this file. It's kind of weird that we don't. My dot files, they can be in a second. Let me make sure it's all pushed. This will only take me a second to do. All right, they should be up to date at man, I still can't believe that bridge collapsed. That's insane. Where are my dot files? I can't even like think about what I'm doing. Kickstart Nix. All my dot files are going to be pretty much under here. The Key Bridge in Baltimore collapsed, Ninja. I lived like 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes away, 3 minutes away from this. Like, I've driven over this, like I said, literally hundreds of times. I showed this earlier, but like, that video doesn't even give sense for the real scale of this bridge. Like, it's huge. Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. It just folded like paper. I noticed the headlights in the bridge. Yeah, there was a bunch of cars on it. There's still, I think, 20 people missing. Like, let me see here. I'll show you where I lived. Oh god, don't dox my location. Scroll away. I almost just doxed my house. I used to live. So that bridge is right here. This is the Key Bridge that collapsed, which you can probably see it if we turn on satellite mode. How do we do this? Yeah, you can even see it right here. Like, look at that. Chonky. And so that's where the Key Bridge is. And then I lived Marley Neck Boulevard. Is this it? Or am I back a little bit? Yeah. I lived right here. Or wait. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, I used to live right here at this one. This is my old house. Oh, they don't even have street view back here? Lame. But yeah, that's how close I was to that. Fucking crazy. Too late, SWAT on their way. Lol. I don't think... Yeah, Google doesn't have my home marked. So I just scrolled into like a relative... Oh, nope, it does. Lol. Whoops. I did that to myself. Noon's a bridge collapsed outside Baltimore. That I used to live near. Well, actually, the bridge did collapse, but a boat ran into it that caused it to collapse. Whatever. I've doxed my address before. I'm not super worried about it. All right, back to Gleam. Let's comment this out because it looks like I actually didn't get this file working. All right, expected type Twitch API response string, found type. All right, so we're gonna do API. But I guess we can just look for v2, huh? Okay. Back to chat. All right, so that is good. And then we can go back to auth, and this should work now, ideally. And we're going to have to do... How did I do this down here? take that and we do that. Whoops. We take this guy and we use that instead of the message decoder. All right, so what do we get wrong here? Oh, this isn't list data. This is just data. Nice. Nice, chat. Nice. You'd love to see it. All right, we can get rid of that. And then we go to user. Yeah, if anyone ever visits Raleigh, hit me up. I will be glad to get drinks or coffee or food, whatever. I'd love to hang out with y'all. Unless it's Meta. Meta doesn't count. He's barred from that. That's all right. You're welcome here, Mr. Winchester. The new Helix request. Pretty sure I've showed Google Maps on my screen. Yeah, if somebody crazy wants to show up, you know, I have means of self-defense. I am a, you know, I wouldn't say I am a crazy Second Amendment person, but I do own firearms because I grew up hunting. As I'm wearing a camo hoodie. The OTP will protect me. Exactly. That's all I need. And 50 dogs. Dude, my dogs will bark at everyone that walks by, but like if someone broke into our house, Winnie might get weird and snarly, but like the other ones, they would just go up and freaking try to get pet. Oh, did I not bring in result? Yeah, that's my problem. Yeah, my dog, so Winnie at least, if Winnie felt like I was in danger, she would probably hurt somebody or try to. She's very protective of me. She's like the best dog in the world. So I just passed this the decoder. Yeah, there we go. What up, Timothy? There's something like I don't know if I was talking about this on stream yesterday, but there's just like, especially for dogs that you've raised from 8 weeks old, there's just like a bond and level of trust there that is just like, unless you've experienced it, it's like so hard to explain. All right, what else? Where are our other errors at? We've got one in glitch Gleam. Looks like all our warnings are in glitch Gleam, which is okay because that's our main file where we're doing testing. So theoretically, I'm gonna blur this out and test if this works. What is this song? I'm not vibing with this. Let's listen to some Dance Gavin Dance. Let's listen to Afterburner. Some of these songs are gonna have a little bit of screaming in it, chat, but it's not too bad. But the main singer's voice is angelic. All right, so that's running. And let me blur my screen. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Throw that on quick, and we're gonna do this. And we'll comment out these. And if we do a bun, this is gonna invalidate my token probably, but that's okay. Gleam run. All right, so we had a failure somewhere, which I don't even think that invalidated my token. Nope. Okay, so nothing sensitive is here. Wait, what? All right, whatever, I'll fix that when I start work. So what's the best way to debug this? So when I run this, what we should see, chat, is that we should see this bun server over here log a JSON payload, and we're not. So what do we want to try here? So we got an unexpected payload. Let me check my REST client on what that actually ends up looking like. Okay. Okay, so we can delete that function. I guess we could log the request. I'll have to blur my screen for that. But let's try that. Let's start there. So let's bring in import Gleam /IO. And we'll jump down here to the request. And we'll log the request, and we'll actually log both. IO debug request, and then we'll debug the response. I actually think I don't even think we're gonna get here because it's gonna be an error, but so we'll do that. Actually, probably errors down here. All right, I'm gonna blur. And now I'm gonna run. Oh, interesting. That's interesting. It's not what I would have expected. Ryan, do you know if the authentication stuff requires the client secret? I guess it does. Am I not encoding that? Let me unblur. Everything should be unblurred. Where's the request? Code, grant type, client ID, client secret. Ah. I need to encode the client ID and the client secret in this struct as well. So this is also going to have a client ID, which will be a string, and a client secret, which will be a string. And then in our, I probably have to encode this. Yeah, so we need to do that and do that. And this will be client ID. And that will be client ID. This will be client secret. All right, I'm gonna blur again. Incorrect arity, yes, right. This needs now the client ID, and I need to read in the client secret as well. All right, one more time here. Client secret. I wonder if no. Well, maybe. Yeah, but we actually do need to add that to the client. We'll try to fix that in a second. All right, we got a little bit further there. That should have potentially invalid my... No. Why can't you see the code? Because I'm dealing with some environment variables at the moment. I'll uncomment this here in just a second.
Did you say there were 2 survivors?
2 survivors that were on the bridge when it collapsed? That's fucking nuts. No, I did not.
Yeah, there were workers on the bridge.
Jesus.
They weren't in cars. Anyways, some different news, or not news. I need your opinion. What glasses look better? So I have my interview.
Okay, next.
The minus the big smudge.
Probably first ones.
First ones? They look more like I'm a professional.
They also like match you better.
Okay.
Yeah, just use those. Clean your lenses though.
Where's your thing?
Probably want to use one of the Clorox wipes first and then that.
Why?
Because you have smudge all over your lenses all the time.
To be fair, I haven't wore these in
Missing client secret. How are we still missing client secret?
I think Belka stole these last.
Huh?
I think Belka stole these last. The dogs are very upset with me at the moment.
I sent the client secret.
Not good enough. Also, clients shouldn't have secrets. You need a coffee or anything?
Yeah.
They're gonna come say good morning.
Use my Vercel mug since my mug's not charged. Okay, chat. So it isn't appearing that I'm URL encoding the body correctly. I think that's the problem, but I'm also not 100% sure. Good morning, Winnie. Good morning. And you gotta get your puppy chow.
Did you go get Dilly? Go get him. Tell him good morning. Go get Dad. Did you get him? Oh, okay. Bodhi, go say good morning. Go get him. Say good morning.
Good morning, Winnie. Come here. Good morning.
I know, I'm
Good morning. Yeah.
Do you know the only 2 that ran in here to say good morning were Whitney and Baxter?
What?
Whitney and Baxter were the only ones that came to say good morning.
Bodhi. Bodhi. He wants breakfast.
That was a nice hop. He did a little hop with his front toes. I really made you breakfast. Let's get breakfast. Let's get it.
All right. So I thought this would be enough to URL encode. URL form encode. Does anyone know the right way to URL form encode? Because I'm doing right now this. I'm basically just turning this into a query string, but that doesn't seem like the right way to do it. JavaScript URL form encode. No. How to prepare encoded post data in JavaScript. I don't care about this. Encode. What is the freaking? Encode form data. I wonder if there's anything packages.gleam. What's happening? Am I good here? Is my network down? Can you guys hear me? Okay, so that's working. It's just like these browser tabs over here. Weird.
Did you end up putting the trash and recycling out last night?
It's tonight, Justine.
I don't know what day it is.
Form coder. 1 week ago.
Who was your breakfast with?
Also formal.
What's your dad know?
Okay, so this one's by Louis. Form, I just want to encode. I don't want to decode, I want to encode.
Get that fresh stuff for you.
Am I crazy, or does this just look like it's not for encoding? The encoding happens when you specify the type of the form.
Hey, where's your Vercel mug? Just kidding.
Or by the finish function. Here we go, this is what we want. Oh, Ryan just linked me some Elixir code that does this. Is there a second head to that function, Ryan? Or is that just the only one? For every byte in the string, I don't know what that into does. Let me check the URL. I gotta clean up my tabs here. It's driving me crazy. So URI has I mean, we have percent encode, which is what I was using. But I don't think we have anything else. We have a bytes builder. I don't think this is gonna help though. Yeah, no. I think either I'm gonna install this package or crib just some of this stuff. Encode query enumerable. We're gonna map over every, I'm assuming that's key value pair. Encode key value pair. Fucking symbol explorer. When is list? So this is the one I want? Or no, this is the one I want.
You're still in your jammies. Just realized that. Don't forget dishes today.
I won't.
Chat, make sure he doesn't forget dishes today.
What does kernel do? So if we wanted to, oh, I see. So we're gonna say, if I wanted to translate this to Gleam, we need to say, we're gonna toString the key, which that's fine, we already have. And we encode, let's just write this real quick. Let's say let equals a new array, and this will be client ID. What is the concat operator in, was it plus plus? Foo? No. I don't even remember the string concat operator. That one. I am not using the LSP from Mason. Livingston. All right, we'll give it a listen. Can you send me a Apple Music link or a Spotify link, Nunes, and we'll give it a listen. Oh my God, why do I have so many Chrome windows open? Where the hell? So here's what happens with the Gleam LSP. If we go look at my config, we set it up with LSP config, which tells NeoVim like, hey, this is a LSP client you know how to communicate with. So if we look in here and we go to LSP, I added Gleam to my list of servers that I use, right? And then down here, I have a list of manually installed servers. So I do not, basically these are servers that I don't want Mason to install for me. So OCaml LSP and Gleam, they actually are excluded for the same reason. And then I say, I get my Mason tools to install, and I clone my servers list, which is this guy, and my formatters. And then I filter it, right? I filtered this list, and I say, hey, as long as the item that we're going over in this list is not in this list, keep it. So effectively, we just filter OCaml LSP and Gleam out. And then Mason tool installer will install everything else. And then it loops through and it sets up Gleam right here, right? So that makes it so I can use Gleam in NeoVim. But this part prevents Mason from installing it. Gleam should, out of the box, detect the Gleam executable in your path and use that. So if you open up a Gleam file and you do LSP info, what do you see? Because you should see something like this if you followed like the things I just did there. You should see this pointing at like, I don't know, wherever brew or whatever package manager you're using stores that. That tells me, if you don't see it attached, that tells me that this bit right here probably is wrong. So I bet you could force it by doing require LSP config and then doing Gleam. In fact, you don't have to do that. You can just do .gleam .setup and then passing in these things. That should work. If you have your dot files public, why did this not open in? Come on, Apple. Open in music. There we go. All right, back to trying to copy this. So how does is binary work, Ryan? Because I know that like this has Elixir has a special way of working with strings and stuff. I can vibe with this. Strings are binaries. So if I wanted to replicate this, What does the char on reserve do? So this is fine. This actually should be fine. Because if we look at the implementation of URI, I think it's doing the same thing under the covers. This gives me like some Lin-Manuel Miranda vibes. Oh, maybe this doesn't encode anything here? That can't be right, can it? Oh, query pair. Returns a string builder. That's not a public function. This is a public function. So do I just do this and then URI dot percent encode? Like, why wouldn't that percent encode out of the box? I'm gonna blur my screen again and see if that's the whole problem. All right, I'm gonna actually copy and paste these and then sensitize them so you can see what I'm working with. Let's say U to U. Yeah, this is all right, Nunes. I would say it's my favorite, but I definitely don't mind it. All right, I think that one's sensitized. Sorry, chat. I'm just going through and sensitizing this so you can see the response I have here. All right, this looks like it's good. All right, so here's what I'm getting back, Ryan. I have this. This is the body right here. And then I get a response back, and it says missing client secret, which I have client secret right there. And am I not sending it as the right key, or does it need to go as a header? No, it doesn't need to go as a header. Oh, I probably have to set the content type. Oh, I wonder if that's the problem. I bet it's that I'm not setting the content type. Which I don't need to do this. Because I actually know that it does that under the covers. In the request. But I guess that doesn't hurt. Down here, I would have to say API request dot set headers, and it's going to be let's see here, API request. This might highlight a problem with our design, I'm guessing, because we might be overriding this. Set headers, set header. Yeah, we just set a header. Okay, so we say set header, and this is going to take a tuple, or not header. Yeah, no, it is header. It's going to be content type. Don't forget the lowercase, chat. Otherwise it will break unexpectedly. Content type, and it'll be application / xwww form encoded, form URL encoded. Let's see here. I like this song, Nunes. This song's pretty good. Kronborg said, I like your new Vim config. What does your floating windows look like? For example, Mason. Yeah, Kronborg, if you are looking right now, I will open up Lazy, and we'll do a quick update of our plugins. So this is what my floating windows look like. Freaking Lewis snip. Always a pain in the ass. All right, so now we need to make sure that The background color. You should be able to update it. Like if you look in my, if you go to Ellis, oh, that's where I'm at. Most plugins that let you open things give you access to like a UI prop, and you could probably put the background color, a highlight in here, if I had to guess. All right, I'm guessing that our client right now is gonna override this header. So let's go check that. Yeah, set headers. So let's add a merge headers function. We're gonna say set header, set headers, and then we want like a merge headers. So let's do pub function merge headers, and this will take a request, and we'll take A and B, I guess, and we'll do that, and then we'll say request dot, actually we'll say set headers A, and then we'll pipe, this will take, god damn it, request into set headers, and then we go into set headers again, and that'll take B. We need better names for these, but that's okay. So this will be a API, Twitch API request, and this will be a headers list. Same deal here, and it will return a Twitch API request. Wait, what? Where does it bleed? Are you talking about the borders? I should probably add the borders to that, huh? We'll say this is base, and we'll say this is overrides. What would you call these names? Something like that. So then this becomes merge headers, and it'll be request.headers. Oh, it's because that type is opaque. So we need a API request dot headers, and then that takes, oh wait, that's not even our request. API request. Do we have a function to get our headers? Set header, merge header, set query, set path. So let's go ahead and write headers. And it's going to return a list of header. Does that not have a getter on it? Okay. Let's go. What the fix end up being, John? I wonder if I have something in here. Set header, set query string. No. I guess I could add that, right? Then over here, we can just say, we can do request to HTTP request, and then we say request extension dot merge headers. And this will be base and overrides, something like that. And then we can do, we have to turn this back into, shoot, we're gonna have to copy this. Okay, there we go. That was confusing. There we go. Why Gleam versus other programming languages? I'll get back to that in a second. Noons. So I'm using Kickstart clone today. It's just not getting Gleam at Mason. Yeah. So I just force it. Yep, that's what I thought it would have to be. Then why not Okemo and Elixir? Good morning, Alice, or good afternoon to you. So why Gleam? I think I would reach for Gleam for the same reasons people reach for Go. I think Gleam is simple. I think it's really easy to get started. I think it's really easy to be productive quickly. Having the power of OTP in the beam is a big draw, and having OCaml's type system is also a draw. Yeah, it's just an enjoyable language to write. I feel like I can be productive with it quickly. I feel like I can teach people the things I want to teach about programming and functional programming much easier with Gleam than I can with OCaml. That being said, I definitely still like OCaml more than Gleam for the time being, but that could potentially change. Like if Gleam got a native story, I don't know if I would have a compelling reason to reach for OCaml at the moment. But we're just playing with Gleam to get a better sense for it. And yeah, it's been fun to write. So why not Go? So Gleam is a functional programming language like OCaml, right? Imagine OCaml ran on the beam, which is what, obviously Leandro is trying to do with Riot and all that. Yeah, imagine like Elixir was OCaml on the beam, and that's what Gleam is, but easier syntax. Like I don't want to write Go because it doesn't have the beam and it's not a functional programming language and it doesn't have a good type system. Gleam has all of those features. Like I would use Gleam anywhere you would use Elixir, which for me, there's a lot of overlap for where I would use Gleam and OCaml. Places where I would absolutely still use OCaml, CLIs, parsers, anything that I need a native binary for or want easy distribution. And depending how this project goes, maybe I'll use Gleam for web services for a while. I don't know. We'll see. I really enjoy writing it. That's for sure. It's pretty close to my ideal language syntactically and stylistically. All right. So we should be setting our content type correctly now. Let me do a Gleam build. An API client Gleam. Yeah, we need to pass this into request. All right, so now we should have the right content headers. In my opinion, yes, Noons. I think Ryan will disagree just because he is super experienced with Elixir and has a good handle on writing pretty safe code in Elixir in like a relatively safe way. But like I would much rather have a Hindley Milner based type system than a dynamic programming language. Yeah. So I think that's why for sure. All right, so I'm gonna have to blur my screen again real quick. And let me run this. I wonder if my token expired. No. Well, that's interesting, chat. Now I don't even get my log to Twitch. So what did we break? Let's comment out this stuff. And let's find where our debug statements are. Make sure we're not gonna do something stupid. Okay, that looks good. In fact, we can just comment that out. Do that. All right, so if we Gleam run now, I don't feel like I changed anything. If you're looking to learn a programming language simply for job opportunities, you're either going to want to learn TypeScript and JavaScript or Java. Those two will 100% open up the most opportunities job-wise. I know. I feel your pain, John. All right, so where are we going wrong now? I'm guessing that headers override didn't work. So let's go look at client, and we're gonna probably bring in IO so we can debug print. Oh gosh, Alice, I'm so sorry. Is that for university? All right, chat, I'm gonna blur my screen again. And let me grab what that request looks like and blur it. Let me do a reset on my console. And we can bring this back up, and then we can go into U, and we can come down here. We can delete all this, and we can dump this in. All right, so the headers didn't even get added, which is strange. All right, so there's our request. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Hocus Pocus. Appreciate you hanging out with us. So why would we lose our headers? Because my silly implementation is incorrect. Set headers, set headers. Ah, this isn't actually merging. Or wait, yeah, it should be. So where's the, that's the initial list. So we're folding over the headers coming in. This should actually be request.headers. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Okay. How long did you take to learn new Vim keybinds with all the plugins? I find it difficult to memorize everything. So Vim movements, all right, you got to separate Vim movements from plugin keybinds, right? So Vim movements probably took me 2 to 3 weeks to get really comfortable and like relatively productive with. And then my keybinds are all mapped to my mnemonics. Like I have mnemonics in my head for like every keybind I have. So like, for example, I have a keybind that is spacebar RW. RW stands for rotate window. So like I just don't even have to think about it. Like I know what that means. And like if you go look at my key maps, like everything in here has a reason for what it is. Like leader W is write, leader Q is quit. I have like search SW is search word. Leader M is maximize. What else is a good one? Leader F is format, rotate window. Leader HO is harpoon open. Leader HC is harpoon close. You know, like all of these have like mnemonics in my head that like I set up to be super specific. So like I didn't even have to learn it, right? Like it's like just what I want it to be. Like these, SH is search help. SG is search grep. SB, search open buffers. SF, search files. So all of my key maps like mean something to me rather than some like arbitrary sequence of keys that I have to learn. All right, I'm gonna blur my screen again, see if this works. Actually, do I need to blur the screen? Let me find debugs. Yeah, I should, at least for this one. Hey! What up, Pointer? I assume you want to be called Pointer now instead of Robot? All right, chat. All right, so we're working again on the chat, which is cool. I loved being able to do this function tab debug. That's super nice. Just starting to get moved down my apartment. Nice. Where are you moving? Moving into a new place, buy a house? What's the word? Kenren's 100% correct too. The harder part is knowing what exists so you can bind to it. That's like I keep like a running list in a Apple Notes document of like things that I find myself annoyed at when I'm working in NeoVim, and then like on the weekends I go and just like add configurations and key maps and stuff. Movers coming to Pack and Loaded now are moving to Bellevue, Washington. Hell yeah, congratulations. Did you get hired at Microsoft? And where are you moving from, if you don't mind my asking? You did? Hell yeah. Claps in the chat for Pointer. Let's go. Dude, that's awesome. I'm excited for you. That's going to be an amazing gig. I have some friends, quite a few friends that work at Microsoft, and they really, really like it. What are you going to be working on? And have you spent a lot of time in Seattle? I freaking love Seattle. All right, let's try our auth again. I think we can delete that Gleam file for now. SRE for some Azure stuff. Maybe you can help make Azure and SharePoint not suck. Just kidding, but only kind of. All right, let's see if we can get our token now, this time. And I'm gonna drop down here, and I got a blur again. Still missing client secret. Why? I wonder if I take this body, client secret is right there. I see it. What does %3D encode to? Yeah, it's doing both things. It should be getting a new token and let me unblur. So we should see this server logging a code out. If I duplicate this and we come here and we just say this is going to be other, and I paste this in. Well, actually, the better question is, what does decode URI component, and we do %3D. It's an equal sign. Equal sign should be encoded, right? Where's that library we were looking at earlier? So it looks like maybe the equal signs aren't encoded. Because we hit encode string, we come in here, we get the key, we get the string. We append an equal sign. Oh no, that encode term. Wait. How does this work? So we're getting a string, we encode it, we append to the string, and then we append builder, encode term. What does encode term do? Oh, it is a string builder. I see. Yeah, so I guess just the equal signs aren't encoded. So let's try to fix that. Does anyone know if Gleam has a REPL? Good point. I can use the playground, can't I? What is the function I'm looking for? Query toString. And then we want to pipe that to io.debug. Foo equals bar. Okay. And then we want to do like foo bar, and we'll make this baz. And okay, so that's automatically encoding. That looks like it's doing the right thing. The issue we're getting is that we're getting an error where in here, if we go back a little bit here, I have to be careful. So we're getting an error that's saying that we're missing client secret. But I know for a fact that our client secret's in the body. It's like literally here. I have it sanitized, right? Like the value would be right there. Although that looks like it could be wrong. The equals got percent encoded. Hold on, 1 second, chat. Man, I'm not gonna figure this out again. This could be like my 3rd morning in a row of not figuring this out. Real quick, I'm going to do function.tap and io.debug. And then we're going to come down here and we're going to blur. Go ahead and write those changes. All right, so that looks better now. Ay, ay, ay. Let me sanitize this all again so you can see it. We're gonna go to this file and we're gonna go ahead and replace all that, paste that in, and this is sensitive. Client ID, replace this, client secret, it looks like no, that should be okay. Okay, I'm gonna unblur now. So this is the body. Yeah, I'll push it here in a second. And like, we're still getting a 400. Oh, now it's saying it's missing redirect URI. Hold on, maybe we're right. We got a different error. I just didn't realize it. Did I accidentally remove that? Oh, I just never added it. Or wait, what the hell? That should be redirect URI. Okay, this is actually, I think this might actually work. Hodl. This would be a great way to wrap up chat. Damn it. Invalid authorization code. That might be okay. That's probably okay. Let me go grab the right code. I probably just didn't update that in my environment variables. Yeah, that's the wrong value. All right, so let's try that. We'll do a Duran Bilal, and this should end up revoking my token and giving us a new one. All right, does this still work? Still working. Invalid authorization code. Why do we have an invalid authorization code? All right, access token is the right value. I actually don't see what the problem is. We might just need to get a new access code. All right, so we have, I bet these tokens are one-time use, and that's probably the problem. I believe that this will work. I believe that this will work. All right, so we got, I think it was successful. We just got a decode error, which I think now they should be invalid. Maybe. We got a 200 though. We just decoded incorrectly. All right, so I feel good about that. That's working, chat. So that's super exciting. Check this out. We got our token. I can't show you the response because it's sensitive, but we got a new token back. We just broke on our decoding, which is okay. We can solve that tomorrow. That tells me that this bit right here is not working. So to do or start, what is tomorrow? Wednesday. Data decoding is failing. Bada bing, bada boom. Sweet, chat. That was good progress. Fix auth. Push. All right. Let's find somebody to raid. I gotta get to work. Got Teach. Cherie's not coding. Pirate Software. I think we rated TJ yesterday. So let's see if we can find anyone that's doing something interesting that's not game dev. Ideally functional programming. Wow, there's like nobody streaming. Oh, Texoport is streaming. Hell yeah, we know Texoport. Haskell, let's go. We are gonna raid Texoport. And let's go ahead. Look at that. We got the caravan right there. Friends, 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 friends. All right, y'all. Go give Texo some love, and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully on time and early rather than today. We lost a whole hour. Have a lovely Tuesday, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Super appreciate all the new follows. And John, thank you for all the help. Appreciate you.